Yeah, and I mean, I look at some of this stuff, and thankfully we now have a great resource called Steam Charts, which I've been using liberally to track a whole bunch of different stuff involving popularity games on Steam, things like sales spikes. Like we used it to track what happened to One Finger Death Punch after I did a video on it, and the spike was just ridiculous. Let's have a look at Desert Gunner, shall we? This game has been out for now 3 hours. You want to know how many people fucking bought it?
Oh, I'm excited.
One!
Oh!
Yep, it has had one player in its lifetime on Steam up to this point, and I doubt it's going any fucking higher than that. And it's not purely scientific.
Now that you've mentioned it, it could get up to 20.
Stop ruining it, guys. Don't buy this ironically. I will come to your house and I won't do any of those things. But the Desert Gunner is a prime example of that. And it's not a purely scientific graph. We get that. You know, someone could have bought it and then just not played it. But it is an indicator of the popularity of a title. That game is there taking up space. It has no business being there, and I bet you could find it with every one of these old games. Let's look at Clans, shall we? Here we go. How many people currently playing Clans? This game has been out, by the way, on Steam for 3 days now. The peak players, 5. 5 was the peak players. Currently playing 0. In the last 10 hours, 1 person has played it. 1.
The sad thing is Steam used to be a mark of success for a game developer. Yeah. It's like, we got our game on Steam. There's a pedigree attached to that. There's some element of quality associated with that. It doesn't mean anything anymore. When Clans can be up for 3 days for 5 fucking people, it doesn't matter to anyone whether you got on Steam anymore, because it's a free-for-all. Anyone can do it. You might as well say, I've got a GeoCities webpage. And it does a disservice to actual developers that have worked hard to get on Steam. And now after all that hard work, is kind of not necessarily undermined, but at least devalued a little, because they're being sold alongside Dark Shadow or Guise of the Wolf or Recoil.
Yeah. And the strange thing is that a lot of people always refer me to this argument, well, no other store has that level of quality control. No other store curates its stock. Yeah, they fucking do. I worked at Game, for fuck's sake, for years. They curate their stock. And you know what they do with the bad stuff, the bargain bin stuff? They put it in the fucking bargain bin. They actually curate their store heavily. Every Tuesday, we did something called marketing, which is what they called it, which was entirely redoing the store based on a set plan sent from corporate, which would say, these are the games that we are looking to push on people, and they reorganized the store specifically to maximize the effectiveness of that. And that means the Tosh, that went in the 3 for 10 bin, or the 2 for 15 bin. The stuff they actually want to fucking sell, they cover the walls in it.
Why is the adults only rating a death sentence? Because many stores won't carry it.
Exactly.
If you get an AO rating, Walmart won't carry you. GameStop, I don't even think GameStop carries you.
No, pretty sure they don't.
Yeah, there is quality control going on a store front. If I was selling teddy bears to Toys R Us and I spunked on every one, do you think they'd pop them up sloppy on a shelf? I don't think so. They'd actually, say, send these back, bring us some unspunked ones, please.
That would be a very polite response, I think, to that. It's like, would you mind sending us the bears without the semen, please?
I like to think the Toys R Us company are family-friendly in all their endeavours. Even responding to a man that's given them Jizzy bears, they will, they'll be nice about it. And I will respond in kind. It's like, I'm sorry. Did I send you the bears I masturbated on? They were for personal use, for my own enjoyment. Take these ones. I have been rubbing them on my dog's snatch, but they'll be all right. It'll come out in the wash.
Jesse's stunned. I love it. I've never heard him so quiet.
I know. It's just I have nothing to add to that.
I apologize.
It was brilliant.
I think I'm proving the point that the co-optional podcast needs quality control. I can only apologize.
Well, I've known that for years. Unfortunately, getting these guys to listen is difficult. But
what?
Yeah. Yeah, and funnily enough, that whole discussion came from Deus Ex: The Fall, which is still shit, by the way. And Bugs that I discovered in that game included some minor graphical glitches, like the fact that my laser pointer can